Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Rise of the 144,000 in Multitude. It is a series of messages that are addressed to those who would be part of the 144,000 in multitude that will come out of the Great Tribulation. It is addressed to Yasharal, a nation of believers. And if you're tuning in for the first time, you will come to know that Yasharal, nation of believers, commonly known as Israel, consists of all nations, kindreds, and tongues who seek to worship and obey the Almighty Creator, the Almighty Father, Yahuwah. Those who come to accept Yahushua as Mashiach, as our Messiah, for it is through him that we are made one, both Abari and Goyim, or Hebrews and Gentiles. Goyim and Gentiles meaning other nations. We are made one by Yahushua our Mashiach. It is you who I consider my brothers, my sisters, my family. It is among you that I believe the rise of 144,000 in multitude will come to be. My brothers and sisters, in this segment, this is the 6th installment of this series. In this segment, we will address the matter of shelter. Yes, shelter. I believe, my brothers and sisters, that we have entered into the end times. These are our last days. And I believe that there are things that will result in forced transition and movement. As a result of chaos, violence, and civil unrest, and much more that will come to be in the wake of famine, drought, pestilence, and disease, we will witness forced transition and movement. I am convinced the 144,000 have been sealed. I have echoed this in many occasions. I have also come to accept the multitude, those who will come out of the Great Tribulation, along with the 144,000 are being refined and perfected as I speak. Pray earnestly and watch. Anything that is righteous will be confirmed. I invite you to examine previous recordings regarding my position on 144,000 and multitude expected to come out of the Great Tribulation period. I will not go into a lot of details on these matters going forward, but please review previous recordings. I will present current conditions and matters related to end time prophecies as it regards to setting priorities and focusing on the trends that are related to the signs of the times that we are instructed to be mindful of. For this segment, I will present concerns that should be addressed regarding shelter. I will share these words with regards to the earth, the sea, and the trees being harmed, and that we have indeed reached levels, peak levels, and tipping points beyond recovery. Thus, I believe the earth, the sea, and the trees have been harmed, my brothers and sisters. Keep this in mind as I share these two verses, as I have shared in times past. Revelation 7:3 saying, "Do not harm the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of Elohim upon their forehead." It goes on to read in 7:4, "And I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 sealed out of all the tribes of the children of Yasharal." Indeed, if you read further in the 7th chapter, you will come to see that there is also a mention of a great multitude who will wash their robes in the blood of the Lamb that will also come out of the Great Tribulation. My brothers and sisters, we are in the last days. End times have begun. The earth, the sea, the trees have been harmed, and the 144,000 have been sealed. I believe, like a mustard seed, they are being refined, perfected, and developed. And once they reach a specific degree or level of maturity, we will see the emergence of such group. Yes, my brothers and sisters, there are some critical things we need to be aware of. There are some things we need to be aware of regarding survival from a natural and practical perspective. Pressing towards maturity is paramount and critical for navigating through these trying times that are unfolding. It will require a refined and perfected group to demonstrate the fulfillment of scriptures as we know it regarding the 144,000 in multitude. There will be some who will become laid back or become slothful or lazy. by grabbing verses to justify their inactions and non-responsiveness. Yes, there will be those who will ignore the living voice of the Spirit of Yahushua, whether it be directly or through those whom he has chosen to lead. But this will not stop what is emerging, my brothers and sisters. We serve a living Elohim, an almighty one, Yahuwah, and it is through his set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name that we are taught, guided, we receive reproof, discipline, and judgment. The 144,000 in great multitude that will come out of the tribulation will be tasked with specific duties of which most of us are unaware. We will read and come to accept the scriptures. We've read, and we've come to accept the scriptures reference to these individuals, but most of us fail to ask about the details. What are the details and responsibilities of this group? Many of us fail to ask how these individuals will be led and or managed. Allow me to introduce or reintroduce Nahum 1:3 and ask yourself, are whirlwinds and storms what's needed to humble man? I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, whirlwind and storms are unplanned, unscheduled, uncontrollable events which are also characteristics of our life's experience. There are more than just tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons, and snowstorms. Look around. There may be many whirlwinds and storms in people's lives, of which result in us being humbled, at least those who seek to worship and obey the Almighty Father. Allow me to read Nahum 1:3. It reads as follows: Yahuwah is patient and great in power, but by no means leaves unpunished. Yahuwah has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. I ask you again, is it necessary? Consider that we are a stiff-necked people, but the promise of chastening or discipline and reproof has been made to those who would seek to worship and obey the Almighty Father. We will witness Nahum 1:3 like never before, and the Almighty Yahuwah will continue to have his way. I am compelled to believe that famine, drought, pestilence, and disease will result in chaos, increased crime, violence, and civil unrest, as I have mentioned before, and much, much more. As pertaining to the rise of 144,000 in multitude, I believe wholeheartedly within my spirit that we will see these coming conditions as humbling events, as experiences that will refine us and perfect us for the emergence, for the unveiling of who we are. I believe, my brothers and sisters, they will be used to sharpen our discernment and bring us to understand what must be done. Remember, this plan belongs to the Most High Father, and it will and is being executed as he has designed. He will not be asking our permission to proceed with any task. I am compelled to believe we will witness things emerge, forcing us to move from business as usual, things that will shake us from our day-to-day routines in the coming foreseeable future. Critical things we have taken for granted, such as fresh air, fresh water, food, will be a daunting task, as well as a severe challenge in the coming future. I have also submitted in previous segment the importance of being mindful of our environment and our health as it relates to pestilence and disease. That is too described in end time prophecy. In this segment, my goal is to heighten the awareness regarding shelter. I will speak more on transitioning and relocation in another segment. Right now, consider these additional matters to be of grave importance. My brothers and sisters, take a moment to review information that I've presented, making known that chaos, civil unrest, and other disruptive things will occur in the wake or following massive famine, drought, pestilence, and disease. Now ask yourself, what is your home, apartment, or residence worth to you? How valuable is the place where you reside, where you are currently living? Let us now reflect on things we could possibly face while in our current residence. In the midst of chaos, civil unrest, and increased violence, it will become unsafe to move about as freely back and forth and as often as we do now. Also be mindful, brothers and sisters, overseas we have family who are in conditions of civil unrest and upheaval as we speak. Let us not be remiss in their plight. Let us keep them in our prayers. All too often we fail to see beyond our own community and our neighborhoods, unknowing or just plain ignoring that we have brothers and sisters in different places in the United States and across the globe battling with unrest, turmoil, increased violence, and more daily. As times become extremely rough, as I have described, and things become very risky regarding leaving our place of residence, our shelter, what do you think that will do regarding earning a living? What do you think the challenges will be regarding paying rent, a mortgage, or making payments to whatever individual or company holds the title or deed to where we reside? What do you think trying to get income during this time? How long will we be allowed to continue to reside at our current residence, in our current shelter, in the midst of chaos and upheaval? Is it possible that mortgage companies will collapse? Possibly. Will landlords become more focused on their personal lives and their personal survival and other things that may be considered more pressing to them than payments? Possibly. Next, what about the state of electricity, running water, natural gas? Have you given consideration whether or not these systems will collapse? The overall grade for the United States infrastructure is a D+, with many utilities including water, electricity, natural gas line, and wastewater treatment plants, along with much other things regarding our infrastructure. They are aging and are in dire need of repair. In some parts of the world, my brothers and sisters, we have those who seek to worship and obey the Almighty Yahuwah going through some times and challenges now, who do not have the conveniences we have in the United States or other parts of the world. There are brothers and sisters who are struggling. My brothers, I ask you, so do we take instructions regarding paying attention to the signs of the times as face value and ignore the details that are relative to the fulfillment of end time prophecies? I think not. Are we just blindly saying, I am not worried about what is about to occur, or I am not afraid of what will come? I don't fear, or something of this nature? It is unwise and dangerous to grab words and use them to fuel inaction and or unresponsiveness to preparing as the Spirit of Yahushua guides. Looking at one group of scriptures but ignoring other passages of scriptures will lead to much heartache and regret. These conditions are real and they will intensify and emerge before our very eyes, my brothers and sisters. Back to the matter of shelter. If utilities are still functioning, the matter of food is also a major factor. If chaos, civil unrest, increased violence, and more erupts, who will have enough food at their residence, in their shelter? How much food will you have? At some point, we know that famine, food shortages will be present. We will have to leave our place of shelter, our domain, our homes, and search for food at some point in time. Will our homes or place of residence become attractive to others because of perceived strategic locations? Do we live away from mass populations? Do we have apartments that are high above the ground that prevent people, just anyone, from breaking in with ease? And will they become attractive to others who will try to displace us? Indeed, these will occur, my brothers and sisters. Chaos and civil unrest will bring in its wake much destruction. My brothers and sisters, other critical factors will consist of who will allow us in their place of shelter when times get extremely difficult to survive, or who will we allow in our place of shelter? Have we given thought to whether or not we will go it alone, face it alone with just our family or just our wife, husband, or maybe a single parent? Are we going to try to face it alone? Or will we find ourselves going to a building with other like-minded people to forge a place of safety? Who will we be able to trust? What about our children, especially the very young? How will we care for them, or will they be with us? Who will be willing to assist with managing our children and or managing the shelter? We will not be able to escape the fact that there will be food rationing and possibly fresh water rationings as well. Will we have enough blankets and or warm clothing if in the event we live where cold weather exists and utilities are off and there is no way to gather firewood? It would be unwise to dismiss all that I am bringing to the surface. I am not trying nor attempting to instill fear, but introduce the realities of what is over the horizon. It would be extremely smart to prepare and begin discussing these matters among loved ones, as well as within your camps, fellowships, groups, etc. I strongly believe those who are prepared and have established a ready mind will be able to shelter in place quicker than those scrambling and reacting as conditions worsen with each passing moment. Rise of the 144,000 in multitude. My brothers and sisters, these individuals will be shaped and refined to follow the living guidance of the Spirit of Yahushua and be disciplined and fashioned to move, to contribute to fulfillment of these words, of these prophecies. Before precision of motion is realized, many brothers and sisters, eyes and ears will be opened. We will begin to understand what must be done and prepare according to the Spirit of Yahushua's guidance. One may come to confirm these very words as inspired by the Spirit of Yahushua and begin to respond, or at the very least prepare. Doubting and unbelief will not halt, stop, or cause to retreat the fulfillment of scriptures. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. I submit to you, we will witness times when we must and will move. We will either move as first fruits, one who received and obey expeditiously as guided, or we will move as conditions dictate and force our transition. Again, I will talk more on transition and relocation in a future segment. As for now, pray on the structure and manner in which you will reside or how your shelter will be managed. My brothers and sisters, we have become part of a sovereignty, or what many may know as a kingdom, and it is and will never be a democracy. With this said, who has given thought to whether they will stay within their own prospective home, residence, or become grouped with a camp fellowship, and who would be leading? Who will the leaders be? Who has given thought to this? What rules will be established? What will be the penalties for breaking any agreed upon rules or rules that are instructed by the Most High? The Spirit of Yahushua will establish order among his chosen, and we will witness movement towards safe places. Yes, my brothers and sisters, I indicated safe places plural. We will see during this journey that it will require us traveling from a long distance, many distance, and there will be a lot of time, or should I say it will take longer than just a day's journey. As we move about, we will see small groups merge and forge into larger groups, into even larger groups. We will see 12,000 of each tribe of Yasharal, true Yasharal, proven and guided and shaped and structured. We will see the rise of a multitude listening and guiding to the voice of the Spirit of Yahushua. Soon and very soon, my brothers and sisters, there will be those among this group who will respond quicker than others. There is much work to be done, many details to consider. There will be those who will be stragglers as well, but remember Revelation 3:19. It states, "As many as I love, I reprove and discipline, so be passionate and repent." While there are many other verses that describe promises made by our Almighty Father Yahuwah, know this: rise of the 144,000 in multitude will come to be. The Almighty Father Yahuwah has created a plan. He does not need our permission. I cannot say that or stress it enough for things to happen. This is a time when it would be wise to realize things are happening, and they are happening for our best interest regarding our relationship with our Mashiach, our Messiah Yahushua. And yes, many will have difficult times adjusting. I am strongly persuaded to believe we will see moving from one shelter to the next as individual families and or others as well move towards one group, pressing forward into larger groups. With each transition will come acknowledgement of leaders. There will be identifying of rules, consequences for breaking such rules. There will be managed food and water distribution, placement of where we will sit, sleep, and position ourselves within any shelter, and much more. There will also be the matter of human waste. Yes, using the bathroom. While this is not an attractive subject, it is also a reality when considering shelter and moving from one place to another. Keep in mind, while all this is occurring, the flesh will continue to war against the spirit. Yours, mine, and others. We have a duty to keep our eyes on the living instructions and guidance of the Almighty Father Yahuwah. Pay attention to his set-apart spirit sent in Yahushua's name. Seek to discern and understand and obey with a ready mind. While many may lean on the letter and think the 144,000 are flawless, by referencing Revelation 14:4 and 5, which reads, "They are those who are not defiled with women, for they are maidens. There are those following the Lamb wherever he leads them. They were redeemed from among men, being firstfruits to Elohim, to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no falsehood, and they are blameless before the throne of Elohim." Yes, my brothers and sisters, there are many who will take these scriptures and believe that the 144,000 and multitude will not go through some challenges that I have mentioned. I submit to you, these individuals are not miraculously beamed into place or zapped into place at the quickening of an eye. Each of us will also go through a refining process. Consider the words in Revelation 7:14 that talks about being washed in the blood of the Lamb. What do you think being washed in the blood of the Lamb means? Rise of 144,000 in multitude represents those who will come to know the difficulties of gathering an awakening nation of believers. These will experience firsthand much of what I've described in this segment and other segments regarding details leading to the final place of safety, the final shelter before the return of our Mashiach, our Messiah Yahushua. Remember, scriptures inform us that we will see rain falling on the just and unjust. Consider Matthew 5:45. So that you become the sons of the Father in the heavens, because he makes his sun rise on the wicked and on the good, and sends rain on the righteous and on the unrighteous. While many of us prefer to think we will experience a comforting way out or have been in a comforting shelter, I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, the experience to come will be nothing like we've imagined. Do you honestly believe the Most High Father Yahuwah, through his set-apart spirit in Yahushua's name, will be adorning us with luxuries as we know it? I submit to you that we will witness during these last days, these end times, as they intensify, we will witness something totally different than what many of us imagine. And, given the conditions, we will be glad that the Almighty Father is providing whatever he sees fit for us during our journey. Pray and watch. These are not some fictional words from a fairy tale. They are all too real. Take a moment and look around. Look around at your current shelter or place of residence. Do an assessment of what you have now and what you may be tasked to leave behind. You see, my brothers and sisters, emotions will tend to fly when determining how to manage a home during catastrophic conditions, and especially when it comes to moving and setting up motion to move to another shelter. Yes, emotions will fly, trying to struggle and determine what should you take, what can you take. My brothers and sisters, seek to discern and understand what must and will be done. Are you part of the 144,000? Will you be part of the great multitude coming out of the great tribulation? Will you possibly become a martyr? What is magnificent about this is that we are witnessing real end-time prophecies unfold before our eyes. And it brings us to come to expect the return of our Mashiach, our Messiah, Yahushua, soon. Yes, my brothers and sisters, very soon. Possibly within 10 to 15 years, if not sooner. There will be many surprised as to who will be participants and how leadership and structure is established. Nevertheless, it will come to be like never before witnessed by man. We will come to know and understand the true meaning of humility, being humble, as well as being strong in executing right rulings and righteous judgment as guided by the Spirit of Yahushua. We will discover and witness a righteous image of how a multitude of people will be structured, and do so with amazement. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. Soon and very soon, things will pick up in pace, and we will witness the rise of 144,000 in multitude. Those who will come out of the great tribulation period emerge. We will soon see our Mashiach, our Messiah Yahushua, face to face upon his return. Hallelujah! I pray each of us strongly consider the words of this segment regarding shelter, for it is critical. It is a critical component in the gathering of 144,000 representing the 12 tribes of Yasharal, the true face of Yasharal, and the multitude, those who would come out of the great tribulation. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. The Most High Father is not slack concerning his promises. He is not slack concerning his people. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, stay tuned for the next segment of this series. This series, Rise of the 144,000 in Multitude, will continue, and we will address being set apart. Until next time, my brothers, my family, I pray that you're able to endure to the very end. Shalom, shalom, shalom.